Jai Shri Mataji. Let us all slowly raise our kundalini, put ourselves in bandhan, and do pranam to Shri Mataji. We'll offer the three Mahamantras. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Trigunaatmikaha Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrar Swamini Moksha Pradayani Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Shri Ganesh Mantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesh Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha.
Ego is your greatest enemy, I think. And it is the one that really hinders all the wealth and beauty of your life. So, if you could just see this ego, how it works, just you'll be enjoying it. It's a drama it plays. All right? Let's have it. You can see the drama, and then suddenly you will be amazed that you are not in it, you are watching it. When you are detached from your ego, you can see how it tries to entice you. And if you see around today, in these modern times, everybody is quite conscious of their ego, very conscious. And the way they are coming up in the newspapers or the way they are in some magazines, I'm quite amazed. I would feel shy to be there because it's so much of expression of your ego, nothing else. All kinds of things they start. They have competition of ego, lots of competition. Like they have a beauty competition, then they have another competition for Mr. You can say India, Mr. this thing, that. All these things actually give the person ego, and others also run after such competitions. They think, why am I not? I should be like that. So it's very deadening and absolutely blinds your mind that you think this is the way one has to be very successful. This success lasts for how long? It perishes in no time. But success in Sahaja Yoga is what will last forever, and everybody will remember it. The one who has this kind of a humble nature will be remembered for generations. I've never seen a statue of a person who has been egoistical. On the contrary, if there was some, they used to criticize. He was a very egoistical man. And nowadays it's impossible. Anybody who has ego, I don't think anybody is going to sing any songs about such a person or going to raise any statues in their name. We should not react. We should not react. If you see something wrong, all right, you meditate on that. You meditate. If you find anything wrong happening, all right, meditate on that. If somebody is unkind to you, at that moment do not react. Afterwards, when that person is quietened, you tell him or tell her. Because at that time, when he's so volatile or she's volatile, if you tell, nothing will happen. Gradually, I don't say always you can win over such people, but gradually you may be able to make them understand that it's wrong. It's wrong to do things which they have been doing.
Today I was thinking of telling you about the ego problem because I think everybody feels that that's the biggest problem they all have, and there's a big ego trip one gets into, and they don't know what to do with it. So first part, I will tell you how the ego rises and what it does to us. The second, how to understand it, how to tackle the position of ego and put it in its own aspect. As you see in the map here, the yellow stuff that you see on top is the ego. The balloon that is yellow is the ego. You see down below, it starts from the Swadhisthana. This is the color of the bile within us. And this Swadhisthana chakra, which is for our creativity, is directly connected to that ego there. And when it starts rotating round the void and going to the various parts of the void, it collects all the problems of the void. Void is that green circle within us, where physically we have, in the void, we have uterus, we have kidney. It's a complete viscera. All the intestines, ascending, transverse, descending colon. Liver is the upper part of liver more. Then also pancreas and the spleen. So all the problems of these organs are collected by this chakra, which moves. It comes out of the Nabhi chakra and moves round and round and round and collects all the problems. It nourishes, gives power, the vital power to these organs, and also it generates necessary power for our creative action. It also collects the fat cells of the void, convert it into the proper cells for the brain, for its use, for the grey matter. All this work it has to do one chakra. It manifests aortic plexus outside. On the physical level, we call it as aortic plexus, and it has got 6 subplexuses which look after all these organs. This is meant for our action. When we go into action, this chakra starts working. By the first power, which is on the left-hand side, we desire. But by the second one, we go into action, and it's called as Kriya Shakti. Now when this action starts within us, it produces the byproducts, or we can say all the problems of these organs, which are to be deposited somewhere, and they are all deposited in the brain as ego. All the problems that we have out of this creativity and the action of all these organs are to be counterbalanced. And as a counterbalance, the ego develops. For example, now I have to come to meet you all here. I had to get out of the house, I had to change, I had to drive, whatever it is. Then I came, I had to put in effort. I had to plan out how I'm going to talk to you. That I don't do normally, but I'm saying that generally people do it. And I put in the effort to come in. Now how am I to justify this, all this effort? What is the satisfaction that one gets out of doing this effort, this kriya, this action? We go on doing some action. And why should we do it? After all, action means, any activity means exertion, botheration, problems. The best is to sit at home and do nothing of the kind. But we do not do that. We take up challenges. We rush up to it. All this we do with our Kriya Shakti, with our right action. Because we do action, we have to have a satisfaction about it. As a reaction to that, ego develops. If we do not have the ego, we would not do anything. It's a fact. But ego is the one that rationalizes all our madness, the rat race we are running into. If we did not have the ego, we would not go into this nonsense. The more we try to rationalize our activities, the more ego develops to satisfy. All right, very good, very good. Now you are a successful man. See, you are a very successful man. You have got this, you have got that. Lots of misunderstandings creep in when we pamper our ego like this. Or I should say that when we are satisfied with our ego, that we really get lost. We get identified with our ego and not with ourselves. So if you do some work very well, supposing you have, say, made a beautiful poetry, or say, not piece of poetry, but say you have made a very good painting, then you would like people to appreciate. If they do not appreciate you, you think you have done nothing. Though you have done a beautiful poem of a canvas. But still you will be so dissatisfied with yourself. Unless and until people appreciate you, they must garland you, they must say, oh, you are great, you are really unique, you are a genius. You know, many artists who created great art got trapped into this kind of misidentification. When they created some great art, the art could not give them satisfaction. They had to go to ego. And Mr. Ego would not be satisfied unless and until everybody says, yes, yes, you are very good, you have done this, you are a genius, you are this, you are that. That's how the ego develops then within us. But a situation can arise where even when we have done nothing, we want to take the credit. Then we call such a person egoistical, who says, I will do this, I have done this, I, then we call him an egoistical person. Because he gives words to his ego, that's why we call him egoistical. But all of us have got this Mr. Ego there sitting on our heads. When it starts bloating, the more successful you are, the worse it is. The more you indulge into planning and thinking, the worse it is. The balloon goes on, you see, pumped, as if you are pumping a balloon, you see. The more you pump, the more it becomes. And you can never realize that you are not that ego. Then you start feeling very nice about it. Because everybody says, oh, what a great man he is. The whole society develops on those lines. Now, how to overcome this ego? Because people start seeing gradually this. It happens. They start seeing Mr. Ego, oh, very great. He's coming up, giving me ideas, all right. You feel sometimes very depressed with the idea that this is Mr. Ego I was identified with. All right, you see your ego. Then when you see your ego, then what do you do with it? Or if somebody says, better watch your ego, then what happens? You start fighting it. You say, no, I will not say anything. I'll just keep quiet. Let them say anything, whatever they like. Then you become another type. You become a person who is suffering from superego. So you are left with desires but do not act. When you say that let others aggress me, I am not going to aggress anyone, I will be very careful about not aggression. But by this kind of a thing, what happens? That when you raise the left side left side which goes up and the right hand side. Superego, it presses the ego down, but again is bounced back, and there's a kind of a bouncing going on. By this behavior, when you fight your ego, the ego sits on your head much more. The more you try to fight ego, it sits on your head. You are not to fight it. Supposing you take a balloon and start hitting it, it will hit you back further. Go on hitting it, it will go on hitting. Now, which is the way to deflate this ego? How do we deflate a balloon? In the same manner. Take a pin and give it a prick. You just look at yourself, say, all right, Mr. So and so. Now, how do you do? And you laugh at yourself. You said, oh, you were very unhappy, you see, when you saw that you were not praised very much. All right. Now have a pin from me. And that's how you deflate it. By seeing it, by all the time making fun of it yourself and piercing a pin into it. Not by deflating. In the way people say that you deflate the whole thing by pushing it down or by killing it. But actually just making a hole in it. In the same way, if you start looking at yourself and make fun. Human beings only know very well how to make fun of themselves. No animals know that. If you learn how to make fun of yourself, your ego will go down. So, we have only one choice left, is to be in the center, to watch your ego and superego. For all the Sahaja Yogis who are realized have to watch themselves, not others. You should not expect anything of others, just expect something of yourself for a change. With ego you do that, expect something of the others. In superego you do for others, but in self-realization you emit yourself as joy, love and beauty. So if there is any reaction or if the Kundalini doesn't rise, there's nothing to feel bad or argue about it. By argument, if I could do, I would take you to courts and argue their things. But by argument I cannot do it. You see, it has to happen in you. I'm anxious that it should happen. In the same way, you should be also anxious that it should happen to you. There cannot be argument about it, you see. It's a happening. How can you argue about the sprouting of a seed? If it does not, you cannot argue with it. You see, it has to sprout. It's as simple as that. If it is not sprouting, there's something wrong. All right?
So both the things, our ego and conditionings, are all the time acting outside. This reaction which is built in within us is just like bubbles in the ocean. And these bubbles keep us away from reality. These bubbles are of thoughts and they just blast you all the time in your head and you don't know why they are. When you depend on this artificial mind of yours, then you have no discretion as to understand what is good and what is bad. This mind is the one where all kinds of evil things start. All kinds of quarrels, fights and possessiveness. Lastly, the war also comes there. It is in this mind only which is nothing but a myth. All these concrete, destructive ideas somehow or other come up, and then they start growing and growing. Naturally, action has a reaction. This reaction itself is a wrong idea, and this reaction should be just dissolved into the feeling of pure love, the ocean of compassion. So, with the great feeling of love and compassion, we can do it. We all can do it and can work it out. It's the love. You are working for love. Such an ocean of love is within you. How can you do without? And this has to work out at every level, whether it is your family, whether it is your city, whether it is your country or the whole world. So the another thing is that when you are in that state of spirituality, then you are joy giving, you are peace giving, you are compassionate, and you love each other. All these problems of the ego just disappear.
You have not entered into any competition here. Just to relax. Just relax. Then the more you want to do about Sahaja Yoga, again you are tense. I have to meditate early in the morning, I have to get up tomorrow early in the morning. You see, you go on questioning yourself, whole night you won't sleep. And when you are meditating, you are losing. Relax. God is looking after you, believe me. He is going to give you realization and He is going to look after you and He is going to wake you up in the morning too. But relax. The first idea that I can do it is wrong. He has to. It's not working out because you think you can do it. If you can come to this conclusion that I cannot do it, it is His mercy, His graciousness has to do. But after realization, you have to do something in the sense, you have to desire. But when I say you have to desire it, again you will say, all right, now I am going to sit down here and nail myself to this place and I am going to sit down and desire. This desire is a dead desire. You see, just pushed onto your head that, oh, I must desire, Mother has told I must desire. You have to be hungry. You don't say that I have to desire that, I have to be hungry. The hunger is from within, which is there, no doubt, but is clouded. The hunger is clouded because you have fear. If you put a goat before a tiger and give him to eat, he will reduce with that eating whatever it is. Because it has that fear that there is a tiger which is going to eat him. So first kill all the imaginary tigers around. Again we come back to the same. That desire must come from within.
and it is there, but is clouded. Relax. It should not be that I am very relaxed. It's childlike. It's simple. A relaxed person is just like a child. So not to get frantic. Try to relax. That's all. For everybody. But relaxation never means that you are inactive. On the contrary, the person who is relaxed is extremely active on the exterior, but inside is absolutely silent. Absolutely relaxed and at ease. Outside you may feel, as you know now, at this time, tremendous vibrations are flowing. And I can see the flow, tremendous. And all the chakras are doing like this around me. But I see them and they are playing. At the most I may stop talking. But it is flowing. So whether it is for the seeking or for anything else in the world, the first thing is that you must take an attitude of a relaxed witness. If you can do that, then those who are not feeling vibrations will definitely feel. I've seen people on whom I've been working, it wouldn't work out. Of course, they were not rude or anything arrogant, but felt very sad that they couldn't get the vibration. So I said, all right, today you go and enjoy the flowers in the garden, enjoy the birds, and talk to the sky and come back to it. It works out. Because you have been always like this. In Sahaja Yoga, you don't have to achieve anything. You become. First you become, and then mentally you understand Sahaja Yoga. But those who try to understand Sahaja Yoga mentally first are really in for trouble. Because when you read it, it sounds so great and you think, oh God, where am I? So, please, if you give realization to someone, take it easy. It will grow. Don't give advent to it. Next moment. We do it. Why? We think we should impress the person that Sahaja Yoga is a great thing and the person must read Advent, so he will come to Sahaja Yoga and will establish this man because he will see and will be impressed. If somebody is going to be impressed by these things, such a person is of no use for Sahaja Yoga. Take it from me. If they are going to be impressed by something exterior and superficial, how far will they go? They have to achieve it within themselves, their own spirit. They have to be impressed by themselves, by their own achievements. Today we have gathered here to do the Navaratri Puja. There were 9 times when the major incarnations of the Mother of this universe were manifested. They were manifested with a purpose. That purpose is to protect her bhaktas, her disciples, her children. This was a binding love. She could not escape it. Mother's love is binding. She cannot escape it. And she has to manifest it, work it out, and give that protection to all her children. This protection in the modern times has taken another form. In those days, the evil was trying to harm, to destroy the people who were righteous, who were bhaktas, who were doing good things, who wanted to lead a very religious life. So to save them, she incarnated. To protect them, she incarnated. But they knew what was good. They knew what was wrong. And they wanted to preserve their good life, their precious life. They didn't care for money, they didn't care for power, but just they wanted their life. Means they wanted to be alive, to worship the goddess. And when they were troubled or harmed or destroyed by these evil forces, she had to manifest. But in modern times, it's become very complicated, as the modern times are complicated. First of all, in the mind, in the lifestyle, in the society of good human beings, righteous human beings, fear of the wrong has entered. Like they are afraid, say, of their priests, of their churches, of their temples, of their mosques, which are all false. They are not afraid of God. They don't believe in God. They think they have created God and they can manage God. So who is God? The way they behave, you can see clearly that they do not recognize the existence of God. God Almighty, who is a wrathful God. They are not at all worried as to what will happen to them. They don't even believe in the second life. They don't believe in the resurrection. They are very short-sighted, evil people doing all kinds of evil things. So, somehow or other, as soon as you are born into some sort of a brand. You are this, you are that, you are that, you are that. As soon as you are born. So the first brand comes onto this modern man is of a religion to which he belongs. We can't avoid it. He has to be jolly well belonging to some religion. You go anywhere, even in the passport, nowadays they have stopped it. Otherwise, they used to ask, what is your religion? And in India, if you said you had no religion, they would not give you a passport. Because you are not yet qualified evil person. Or you are not following qualified evil people. So that very simple, gullible, good people, very righteous, believers of God, developed this kind of a fear which was put into their heads by these false people. That if you don't do like this, if you don't pay money to us, then God will bring wrath on you. If you do not come to the confession, then God will be angry with you. If you do not tolerate our nonsense, God will be angry with you. All these things started going into the brains of the people very easily. In some religion, they believe there is no sin in drinking. In some religion, they believe there is no sin in marrying many women. In some religion, they believe that you can have caste system. All is anti-God, absolutely anti-God activity perpetuated into the society by these priests who are supposed to be in charge of the religion. So the first horrible conditioning we have when we start Sahaja Yoga is this. So to start something afresh, they find it very difficult. So the first protection mother had to render is from this conditioning. The second one is that of the country. Either you belong to this country, to that country, or to that country. And these days every country is competing with each other in all kinds of corruption, mafia, all kinds of things. Every country. Suddenly you discover. You have faith in one country, you find, oh no, they were supporting certain person secretly. So whether they are democratic or anything, there is a kind of a mafia working everywhere under some. So the so-called laws also are only for people who are simple, gullible, pure citizens, and not for the people who put those laws on them. They take bribes, they take all kinds of things, but still they are supposed to be in charge of law, doing all kinds of illegal things. Because they have made the law, so they know how to be illegal. So this is the second type of fear that is in the minds of the modern time. Then the third thing was the war. Wars after wars came in. So many people developed a kind of a fear about war. And as a reaction, they developed a kind of a stupid ego. Just, they said, to protect themselves. In protection themselves, they have built up a big ego and they are now becoming very, we should say, aggressive people. So this kind of a wider range, I should say, of fear, it can be directed into any direction, it can be directed towards anyone. Then comes is the fear of race. Racialism. Now I am told that neo-Nazism is taking its own course and is coming up like a little snake. So this is another area which is very dangerous now working on. Now in the minds of seekers, and they are seeking, they have been to many gurus, they have read all kinds of books, but they are seeking. You can, in seeking, drink any kind of water, develop all kinds of diseases. What can you do? You are seeking after all, you are thirsty. It has to be excused. And that's how they develop lots of problems, not only in their body, but also in their brain. And now it's a very delicate thing. If you tell somebody that you have been to such and such guru, he doesn't want to hear. Because for him, now the guru has become the last one. You cannot say anything against his guru. Now, when he starts suffering, then he may accept. But to take it out that guru is also very delicate. Because if you want to take out that guru, then he might be hurt. So it's a very delicate operation. Then the modern society. The less said the better. The norms of modern society are given to us by people who were characterless, like Freud, who had no sense of morality, or by drunkards, though they don't have any statues of drunkards. But most of them, if you see, the abandonment of our value system comes through drinking. And the drinking was there, but not to this extent. I mean, everybody was not a drunkard. These days, everybody can be a drunkard. And there's no shame about it. With that drinking, our value system started dropping down, and people have accepted now the normal thing is abandonment. This is another view. Formerly, the parents used to support a person if he would take to God, if he would take to righteous life, or to something higher. And if they saw these qualities in their child, they used to be happy. But these days, the other way around, the parents don't like it. As if the parents have lost everything in themselves, so they want to hold on to their children, grandchildren, and possess them. And brainless creatures, because their brain has been already washed off. There's nothing in their brains. To fight the parents also is a big problem. So this kind of a fear is also there, that my mother should not know, my father should not know this. You can say from all sides. The fear is burning like flames. And we are now here in Kali Yuga. We have started Sajo. So the way we have to work out our protection has to be mutual. Mother, of course, is there to protect you all the time. Her powers are there to protect you. But surprisingly, in the modern times, there is one condition which has to be fulfilled. Because in those days, good were good and evil were evil. There was no mixing up. So once they asked for goddess, they accepted her. She came in her real form and she worked it out. But in modern times, you must know that all these evil things are also lingering in your head, little bit here and there. People are extremely superficial. They are very much prone to the mass attitude, fashions, things like that. Sort of their personality is not that developed as that of those bhaktas who knew they were right, who knew they were righteous, who knew whatever they were doing was correct and were standing on their legs, firm. So, the modern Sajogi is very different from the Sajogi of olden time. Because in the olden times, it was not easy to get realization. 1 in a billion or in a trillion. And they had to work very hard. So as they worked hard, very hard, they got cleansed and built up themselves and toiled. Like any art piece which takes time, is done with care, is definitely 1,000 times better than these modern artists just putting 2-3 lines like this. So today's human being is like a modern artist, you see. You put one line and you say, you must see this into that person. You must have an identity. I mean, what identity you can have? With one line, you say, find out the identity. So the Sahajogis which are today here have to realize that all these things are surrounding us. And these evil forces are also there. There are some within us, some are without. So it looks to be a very difficult task, but it's not. Because one condition, if you can understand, is that you have to recognize me. I know I'm Mahamaya, I'm really very clever at it. But I am truthful. I do not have crocodile tears. I cannot have. I am truthful. But still, I am Mahamaya. So to recognize me, what should we do? If we recognize, then you are protected. And the cleansing is the simplest thing in Sahaja Yoga, is to be collective. If you are not collective, then know that something wrong with you. If you are collective, then as if you are taking your bath in the river Ganges. You don't have to go to Himalayas, you don't have to do individual sadhana much, you don't have to, just be collective. If you are collective, if you are enjoying the collective, then you should know that you are clean. No blemishes there. You are absolutely all right. Now the second part of this Mahamaya business. I had to be very close to you. I had to be extremely close. Talk to you, to have a rapport, to tell you everything about yoga, to make you absolutely aware of yourself. This had to be done, and with all these complications within your mind, within your heart, within your body, I had to work it out. To come close in the real form would have been very dangerous. So one had to be a Mahamaya. But despite that, if you could recognize me, to understand me, that I am Divine Personality, it's an incarnation. That's all the deities want. Then they'll look after you in every way. They'll give you all the powers, they'll give you all the satisfaction, all the protection that you want. This is the condition which for a rational mind is very difficult to understand. That how can Adi Shakti be in one body? How can the infinite can become finite? But human beings cannot do that. Only human being. God can do it. He is God after all. And if so, you have so many miracles, you have so many photographs, so many things to see, but this is what one has to recognize. Now, I see people, when I talk to them, they start talking to me a little frivolously. Not with that depth, not with that feeling that I am Mahamaya. Then some of them even answer me. Some of them, if I tell them something, they are ready to give an answer, explanation. Of course, this freedom I have given you deliberately. But must understand that you have to talk to me in a way that is, you would talk to Adi Shakti. Very important. Then how you behave is very important. It should not be artificial. It should not be superficial. But best is to put your hand on your heart, both the hands, and just try to feel. Your mother is Adi Shakti. She has created all this universe. She has created all this world. And she is for your protection. Even Sri Krishna could not protect Pandavas. They had to go in the forest, they had to suffer. But not Sajogis. As soon as I come to know about your problems, my attention can work. Sri Rama himself had to go to jungles. All this is given to you, this protection, because you are seekers of truth. And the truth is that I am the Adi Shakti incarnated. Once this truth becomes one with yourself, there is nothing to fear, because all the deities know this fact. They know about this incarnation very well. They are all prepared for it, and they'll do anything to substantiate your belief. In every way they are trying to give you my photographs in the sky, this, that, all sorts of things. God knows what they are going to do today. They are so anxious. They are behind the stage, before the stage, all sides of the stage, listening to me, feeling happy that I am telling you the truth. But the way they recognize and the way they act, they never disobey. If you behave in the same manner, you are completely protected from all these problems I have told you. Now I won't say you shouldn't hate anyone, you shouldn't do nothing of the kind. I wouldn't say you should not steal something. I wouldn't say that you make money, don't make money out of such a nothing. I don't even say don't drink, don't smoke. I never said so. But automatically, once you know whom you are facing, in whose protection you are, automatically you will do that. Automatically. You will have no fear. Once you have recognized, you will have no fear from anyone. And the more you show that recognition, the more you realize it, you get higher and higher. Not only spiritually, but every way, mentally, socially, economically, politically. It's very remarkable that not only that you recognize me as a mother who loves you very much, but a mother who is powerful to protect you. It's very powerful. If you realize that, and if you feel that within your heart, supposing I correct you sometime, instead of feeling sad, you should see that how fortunate I am that Adi Shakti herself is correcting me. She is taking interest in me. How fortunate I am to be born at this time, to be with her in her great work. What have I done? This recognition itself will fulfill all the incarnations of Navaratri. So today we are worshipping the Durga, Kali, all these great goddesses, these powers, even Radha. It was Radha who killed Kamsa, not Shri Krishna. He had to ask Radha to come and kill him. It's the power that kills. So, if you realize that your mother is the Adi Shakti, I know of so many people. There's one gentleman who is working in London airport. Somebody tried to trouble him. He said, you see, be careful. Huh? My mother is very powerful, you don't know. Next day that man lost his job, lost his business, lost this. And he came to him and said, now which is your mother? Let me see her. There was a farmer in uh, near Rauri. And in the night, three men came to steal some sugar cane. And next day they came and they said, "Which goddess do you worship?" He said, "Why?" There were three hefty people watching guarding your field. And we came just to, we thought better take some of this sugar cane after all. It looks so nice. And they beat us. Of course, we never got hurt. So just behind this recognition is all the powers. There are so many stories I can tell you. How things have happened, how it has worked out. But if you are doubting, still half faith, this, that, then things won't be all right. You shouldn't worry about your reputation. Just go with full speed into any direction, knowing one thing, that you are my child and that I am Adishakti. Everything that looks horrible will become better. We have seen it now in this France case and all that, what has happened. Don't worry about anything, just know that I am the Adishakti. That all the powers of gods and goddesses and all that are within me. And they are within me and they are all looking after. But if that recognition is not there, they are not going to recognize you either. So for today's Navaratri, I have to tell you that just try to keep in mind that today you are worshipping the Adishakti and not only Durga. And you are worshipping Durga and all these goddesses to thank them. Because if they had not saved you that time, you would have been so frightened, you would have become bad people and you would not have been here. That is why we are thankful to them for saving us and giving us this protection at that time when we were very helpless. May God bless you.
Jai Shri Mataji. As we offer our thanks and gratitude to Shrimanji, so we'll start with Shri Ganesha Tarshish. Om Namaste Ganapataye Tvameva Pratyaksham Tatvamasi Tvameva Kevalam Kartasi Tvameva Kevalam Dhartasi Tvameva Kevalam Hartasi Tvameva Sarvam Kalvidam Brahmasi Tvam Sakshat Atmasi Nityam Rutam Vachmi Satyam Vachmi.
Amen. Obeisance to Shri Ganapati, the Lord of the Ganas. You are the manifest, primordial principle. You alone are the doer. You alone are the supporter of the universe. You alone are the destroyer. You are verily the all-pervading Brahman, Supreme Spirit. You are the manifest eternal self, Atman. I say what I feel to be right. I speak what is true.
Avtvamam Avaktaram Avshotaram Avadataram Avadhataram Avanuchanmav Avashishyam Avpaschatata Avapurastata Avotaratata Avdakshinatata Avchodvaratata Avadharatata Sarvato Mam Pahi Pahi Samam Tata.
Please protect me. Protect the one who utters your name. Protect the one who hears your name. The one who gives. The one who receives. The master and the disciple. Protect me from behind, west. From the front, east. From the left, north. From the right, south. From above and from below. Please protect me. Protect me from all directions.
Tvam Vangmais, Tvam Chinmaya, Tvam Anandmais, Tvam Brahmaya, Tvam Satchit Anandat Vidyotasi, Tvam Pratyaksham Brahmasi, Tvam Tvam Jnanamayo Vijnanmayotsi, Sarvam Jagdidam Tvato Jayate, Sarvam Jagdidam Tvatishtahi, Sarvam Jagdidam Tvailai Sarvam Jagdidam Tvai Pratyeti Tvam Bhumi Apo Nalo Nilo Nabha Tvam Chatvari Vakpadani.
You are the spoken and literary word. You are complete Chaitanya, vibrations. You are complete bliss. You are complete Brahman. You are absolute truth, awareness, and bliss. You are the manifest Brahman. You are the knowledge of the sciences and of the highest truth. All of creation originates from you. All of creation exists because of you. All of creation dissolves into you. All of creation returns to you. You are earth, water, fire, air, and ether, the five elements. You are the four parts of speech.
Tvam Gunatraya Titaha Tvam Deha Trayatitaha Tvam Kala Trayatitaha Tvam Muladhara Sitotsi Nityam Tvam Shakti Triyatmakaha Tvam Yogino Dhyayanti Nityam Tvam Brahmas Tvam Vishnus Tvam Rudras Tvam Indras Tvam Agnis Tvam Vayus Tvam Suryas Tvam Chandrama Brahma Bhur Bhuvasvarom.
You are beyond the three gunas, sattva, raja, tama. You are beyond the gross, subtle, and causal bodies. You are beyond the three times, past, present, and future. You always reside at the Muladhara Chakra. The three Shakti powers are within you: Shri Mahalakshmi, Shri Mahasaraswati, Shri Mahakali. Yogis constantly meditate upon you. You are Shri Brahma. You are Shri Vishnu. You are Shri Shiva. You are Shri Indra. You are fire. You are the wind. You are the sun. You are the moon. You are the Supreme Spirit that pervades the earth, heaven, and Omkar.
Ganadim Purvamurchaya Varanadim Tadantaram Anuswaraha Partaraha Ardhendu Lasitam Tarenrutam Etatvamanuswarupam Gakara Purvarupam akaro madhyamarupam anusvarya shante rupam bindur rutrarupam nadasandanam om samita samdi shesha ganesha vidya gankarishi nistagayatri chandaha ganapatira Om Gam Ganpate Namaha.
First, utter the first letter of Gana, G, followed by the first letter of the alphabet, and finally the nasal sound M. The letter G is crowned by the dotted half-moon symbol, as in Om. This is the true form of your mantra. The sound G is the first form. The vowel is the middle form. And the nasal sound is the last form, ending with the dot of the nasal sound on top. These combined sounds follow the grammatical rules known as sandhi. This is the knowledge of Shri Ganesha. Sage Ganaka is the author. The meter is mixed Gayatri. Shri Ganapati is the deity. Amen. Gam. Obeisance to Shri Ganapati.
Ekadantai Vidmahe Vakratundai Dhimahi Tanodanti Prachodayat Ekadantam Chaturhastam Pashma Ankushadharinam Radam Chavardam Hastir Mushakadhvajam Rattam Lambodaram Shurpa Karnakam Rakta Vasasam Rakta Gandhanu Liptanganam Rakta Pushpe Sapujitam Bhaktanukampinam Devam Jagat Karanam Achyutam Avirbhutam च शिष्टचातो प्रकृते पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायन्ति यो नित्यम् स योगी योगिनां वरः.
We know the God with one tusk. We meditate upon the God with the curled up trunk. May the God with one tusk enlighten us. You have one tusk and 4 arms. With the upper right hand you wield the noose. With the upper left the ankusha, elephant hook or goad. With the lower right you wield a tusk, and with the lower left you give blessing. A mouse is your emblem. You are red in complexion. You have a large belly and ears like winnowing fans. You wear red clothes. Fragrant red sandalwood paste anoints your body. You are auspiciously worshipped with red flowers. You are ever compassionate to your devotees. You are the imperishable origin of the world. manifest before creation. You are beyond the supreme Prakriti, creative energy of Shri Adi Shakti, and Purusha, primordial spirit of Shri Sadashiva. In this way, the one who constantly meditates upon you is the greatest of yogis.
Namo Ratapataye. Namo Ganpataye. Namo Pramatapataye. Namaste Astu Lambodharai. Ekadantai Vignanashine Shri Shivsutai Shri Vardamurtai Namo Namaha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha.
Obeisance to the Lord of the Vrata, Shri Shiva's Ganas. Obeisance to Shri Ganapati. Obeisance to the Lord of the Pramatha, Shri Shiva's Ganas. Obeisance to the big-bellied one with one tusk, the destroyer of obstacles, the son of Shri Shiva, the embodiment of the giver of prosperity and boons. We bow to you.
Today, as we worship Shri as Shri Adi Shakti and thank her for all her different manifestations which came on this earth to protect us. On the fifth day, let us offer and take the name of Shri Skandamata, the mother of Shri Kartikeya. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Skandamata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha.
We'll offer the Devi Suktam.
नमो देव्यै महादेव्यै शिवायै सततं नमः नमः प्रकृत्यै भद्रायै नियताः प्रणतास्मतां रौद्रायै नमो नित्यायै गौर्यै धात्र्यै नमो नमः ज्योत्स्नायै चेतुरूपिण्यै सुखायै सततं नमः कल्याणै प्रणतां वृद्ध्यै सिद्ध्यै कुर्मो नमो नमः नैऋत्यै भूभृतां लक्ष्मी शर्वाण्यै ते नमो नमः दुर्गायै दुर्गपारायै सारायै सर्वकारिण्यै ख्यात्यै तथैव कृष्णायै धूम्रायै सततं नमः अतिसौम्यातिरौद्रायै नतास्तस्यै नमो नमः नमो जगत्प्रतिष्ठायै देव्यै कृत्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु विष्णुमायेति शब्दिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु चेतनेत्यधिधीयते नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु बुद्धिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु निद्रारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु क्षुधारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु छायारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु तृष्णारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु क्षान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु जातिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लज्जारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु श्रद्धारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु कान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लक्ष्मीरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु वृत्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु स्मृतिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु दयारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु तुष्टिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु भ्रान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु विवेकरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः इन्द्रियाणाम् अधिष्ठात्री भूतानां चाखिलेषु या भूतेषु सततं तस्यै व्याप्त्यै देव्यै नमो नमः चितिरूपेण या कृत्स्नम् एतद्व्याप्य स्थिता जगत् नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
We'll now offer the last few names of the Devi from Shri Lalita Sahasranama.
ॐ श्री संसारपङ्कनिर्मग्नसमुद्धरणपण्डितायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री यज्ञप्रियायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री यज्ञकर्त्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री यजमानस्वरूपिण्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री धर्माधारायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री धनाध्यक्षायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री धनधान्यविवर्धिन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री विप्रप्रियायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री विप्ररूपायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री विश्वभ्रमणकारिण्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री विश्वग्रासायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री विद्रुमाभायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री वैष्णव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री विष्णुरूपिण्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री आयोन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री योनिनिलयायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री कूटस्थायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री कुलरूपिण्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री वीरगोष्ठिप्रियायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री वीरायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री नैष्कर्मायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री नादरूपिण्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री विज्ञानकलनायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री कल्यायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री विदग्धायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री बैन्दवासनायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री तत्त्वाधिकायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री तत्त्वमय्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री तत्त्वमर्थस्वरूपिण्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सामगानप्रियायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सौम्यायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सदाशिवकुटुम्बिन्यै नमो नमः।
You are expert in rescuing those drowning in the morass of worldly existence. Fond of sacrifices, performer of sacrifices, Shri Shiva, as the protector of sacrifices, is your form. Support of righteousness, overseer of wealth, you increase wealth and sustenance. Fond of religious scholars, the godly natured are your form, O goddess who causes the whole universe to turn. Consumer of the whole universe, shining like coral, you are the Shakti of Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu being one of your forms. Having no origin, you reside in the triangular origin. Standing at the peak, the lower chakras are also your forms. Fond of the outpourings of the courageous, O warrior goddess, beyond all action, sacred sound is your form. Adept in the highest knowledge, creative, skillful, you are seated in the central spot of the Shri Chakra. Transcending the 24 principles of creation, reality is your nature. The meanings of truth are your forms. Fond of the chanting of hymns, you are gentle and moon-like, the Shakti of Shri Sadashiva.
ॐ श्री सव्यापसव्यमार्गस्थायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सर्वापद्विनिवारिण्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री स्वस्थायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री स्वभावमधुरायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री धीरायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री धीरसमर्चितायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री चैतन्यार्घ्यसमाराध्यायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री चैतन्यकुसुमप्रियायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सदोदितायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सदातुष्टायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री तरुणादित्यपाटलायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री दक्षिणादक्षिणाराध्यायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री दरस्मेरमुखाम्बुजायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री कौलिनीकेवलायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री अनर्घ्यकैवल्यफलदायिन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री स्तोत्रप्रियायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री स्तुतिमत्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री श्रुतिसंस्तुतवैभवायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री मनस्विन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री मानवत्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री महेश्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री मङ्गलाकृत्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री विश्वमात्रे नमो नमः। ॐ श्री जगद्धात्र्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री विशालाक्ष्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री विरागिण्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री प्रगल्भायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री परमोदारायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री परमोदायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री मनोमय्यै नमो नमः।
Residing in the left and right paths, you remove all misfortunes. Established in yourself, which is naturally blissful, you are steadfast and are worshipped by the wise and brave. Worshipped by the waters of divine vibrations, fond of the blossoms of consciousness, you are ever shining, ever satisfied, glowing rosily like the new risen sun. Worshipped by both the adept and the simple, your lotus-like face is radiantly smiling. You are the sole goddess, worshipped through the chakras, bestowing the priceless gift of complete oneness with your nature. Fond of praise, you are everything praiseworthy. Your greatness is extolled in the scriptures. You control the mind, being the essence of mind, O great goddess of auspicious form. Mother of the universe, support of the world, wide-eyed and free of attachments, very powerful, supremely generous, you are the highest joy, pervading the mind.
ॐ श्री व्योमकेश्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री विमानस्थायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री वज्रिण्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री वामकेश्वर्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री पञ्चयज्ञप्रियायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री पञ्चप्रेतमञ्चाधीशायिन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री पञ्चम्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री पञ्चभूतेश्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री पञ्चसङ्ख्योपचारिण्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री शाश्वत्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री शाश्वतैश्वर्यायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री शर्मदायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री शम्भुमोहिन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री धरायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री धरसुतायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री धन्यायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री धर्मिण्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री धर्मवर्धिन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री लोकातीतायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री गुणातीतायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सर्वातीतायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री क्षमाश्रितायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री बन्धूककुसुमप्रख्यायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री बालायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री लीलाविनोदिन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सुमङ्गल्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सुखकर्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सुवेशाढ्यायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सुवासिन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सुवासिन्यर्चनप्रीतायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री अशोभनायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री शुद्धमानसायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री बिन्दुतर्पणसन्तुष्टायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री पूर्वजायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री त्रिपुराम्बिकायै नमो नमः।
The sky is your hair. You occupy the cosmic vehicle and wield the thunderbolt, and you are the supreme ruler of the Devas. Fond of the five-fold worship, you recline on the couch of 5 corpses, the 5 forms of God. You are the supreme spirit and ruler of the 5 elements, worshipped with the 5 offerings, ever present, eternal supreme ruler, giver of happiness. You cause delusion even to Lord Shiva himself. You are the earth and daughter of the mountain, possessing wealth and righteousness. You promote righteousness in your devotees. Beyond the 3 worlds, beyond the 3 attributes, beyond everything, your essence is peace and bliss. Shining like the red mandhuka flower, you are childlike, with the sport of creation as your play. Beautifully auspicious, you create happiness in glorious robes. You are beautifully dressed as a married woman. Pleased by the worship of married ladies, and very beautiful, your mind is the highest purity. Pleased by offerings to the central dot of the Shri Chakra, you are the firstborn and the mother of the three states, three bodies, and more.
ॐ श्री दशमुद्रा समाराध्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री त्रिपुरा श्रीवशङ्कर्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री ज्ञानमुद्रायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री ज्ञानगम्यायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री ज्ञानज्ञेयस्वरूपिण्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री योनिमुद्रायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री त्रिखण्डेश्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री त्रिगुणायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री अम्बायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री त्रिकोणगायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री अनघायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री अद्भुतचरित्रायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री वाञ्छितार्थप्रदायिन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री अभ्यासातिशयज्ञातायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री षडध्वातीतरूपिण्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री अव्याजकरुणामूर्तये नमो नमः। ॐ श्री अज्ञानध्वान्तदीपिकायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री आबालगोपविदितायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सर्वानुलङ्घ्यशासनायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री श्रीचक्रराजनिलयायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री श्रीमत्त्रिपुरसुन्दर्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री श्रीशिवायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री शिवशक्त्यैक्यरूपिण्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री ललिताम्बिकायै नमो नमः। ॐ ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ललिताम्बिकायै नमः। श्री शिवाशिवशक्त्यैक्यरूपिणी ललिताम्बिका एवं श्री ललितादेव्या नाम्नां साहस्रकं जगुः इति श्री ब्रह्माण्डपुराणे उत्तरखण्डे श्री हयग्रीवागस्त्यसंवादे श्री ललिता सहस्रनामावलिः सम्पूर्णा। ॐ तत्सत्।
Worshipped with the 10-hand gestures, you control the goddess of Tripura Shri. As the mudra of knowledge, you are approached through knowledge. Knowing and what is to be known are both your forms. As the mudras of Muladhara and of ultimate unity, you are the mother of the three attributes, residing in the triangle of Muladhara. Beyond sin or sorrow, your character and conduct are wonderful beyond human understanding, and you grant the fulfillment of all desires. Known through constant meditation, you are the form at the end of the 6 paths of devotion, the embodiment of disinterested love. You are the lamp which dispels the darkness of ignorance. Known by all from small children to Shri Krishna, your commands are never transgressed. Residing in the royal Shri Chakra, you are the beautiful goddess, endowed with all glory, who is pre-existent to the 3 divisions of creation. You are the goddess and the god, the embodiment of the oneness of Shri Shiva and Shakti. O Mother Lalita, whose sport is this entire universe, incarnated as our Holy Mother, Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, salutations to you. Here ends the 1,000 names of Shri Lalita as a poem.
साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
We can all prepare for Aarti.
सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जग में संकट कारण कितने दिए अवतार माँ, कितने दिए अवतार। विश्व में तेरी महिमा, विश्व में तेरी महिमा, तू गंगा यमुना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जो भी शरण में आया सुख ही मिला उसको माँ, सुख ही मिला उसको। बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, लौट के ना जाना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। मानव में अवतर के कर दिया उजियाला माँ, कर दिया उजियाला। कलयुग में माया है, कलयुग में माया है, फिर भी पहचाना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निरमल माता जी, जय निरमल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ सबको दुआ देना। संत जनों की धरती है भारत माता, माँ है भारत माता। इस धरती पर आकर, इस धरती पर आकर दुख से दूर करना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निरमल माता जी, जय निरमल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ सबको दुआ देना। जब दिल में आए तब मधु संगीत सुन लो, माँ मधु संगीत सुन लो। हो य सके जो सेवा, हो य सके जो सेवा, हमसे करा लेना माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निरमल माता जी, जय निरमल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी, श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी, श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माता जी, श्री निर्मला देव्यै श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। बोलो श्री भगवती माता जी, श्री निर्मला देवी की जय।